What's up? What it do? How you doing? I am back with another video. Today, EandE family, I'm showing you how to make diabetic friendly desserts. Don't go nowhere. So, I never usually get to make any yummy desserts for my mom because she's a diabetic. But today is my mommy's day. So, this recipe is my normal brownie recipe. The only thing that is going to change is the sugar and the flour. So I use this myself. I use monk fruit sweetener. There is no sugar. It's diabetic friendly. I really love the monk fruit sweeteners. I don't like the aftertaste of stevia and a lot of your artificial sweeteners. I don't like their aftertaste. So I came across monk fruit sweetener last year. And I'm telling you, this has been my best friend. You do have to watch some brands because there are some brands that may say it has anywhere from 2 to 4 grams of sugar. But the ones that I purchase have absolutely no sugar in it. So look for this in your, I know you can find them in Walmart. You could also find it in your local health food store, online. And these I actually find in Home Goods. So try it out, monk fruit sweetener. So this is going to start with 1 cup of monk fruit sweetener. So next I'm going to add to this 2 room temperature eggs. And as always, EandE fam, if you don't feel comfortable cracking your eggs over the bowl, crack them in a separate bowl so that you can look for any shells or imperfections. So that is 2 room temperature eggs. To that, we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So the next thing we're going to add is a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. You could also do like a 1/2 cup of melted coconut oil. You could do a 1/2 cup of melted butter, but the oil, to me, it just makes your brownies very moist, keeps the moisture. So we're going to take our whisk and we're going to whisk that around until it's all combined. So as I said in the beginning of the video, the only thing that changes in my normal brownie recipe is the sugar, which I use the monk fruit sweetener, and it's the flour. I'm using almond flour for this instead. So we're going to go with a 1/2 cup of almond flour because that's the amount of flour I would normally use in my regular brownie recipe. We might have to add a little bit more because it's almond flour and it doesn't cook the same as regular all-purpose flour or cake flour, but we'll see. So I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of almond flour, and then I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. Next, I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. And I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt. That's it, that's all. Okay, so let's get this combined and I'll determine if I need to add any more almond flour as we're mixing this together. Okay, so since this is for my mom loves nuts. So I'm going to add some chopped pecans to the brownies. And we're going to get that combined. Okay, so next I just have my little rectangle, my square pan here. I'm just going to get the filling added in here. Okay, so after we've gotten everything added, give her a shimmy and a shake like that. And tap her lightly. We are going to put this in a 350 degree oven until the corners, the edges start pulling from the side, or until a toothpick in the middle comes out clean. Next, we're going to make a diabetic friendly frosting to put on top of these diabetic friendly brownies. Don't go nowhere. So next we're going to get started on the frosting for our diabetic friendly brownies. So in my bowl, I have 2 sticks of room temperature softened butter. And we're going to use our monk fruit sweetener again for the frosting. Now, normally, EandE family, I would tell you the amount of powdered sugar you add to your frosting depends on the amount of sweetness you like. Well, since monk fruit sweetener does not sweeten like sugar or powdered sugar, I'm actually going to measure this out and measure it out according to how I need it. So I'm going to start with a 1/2 cup first, because I'm not sure how much monk fruit sweetener I'm going to need. So we'll start with a 1/2 cup. And then I'm just using my hand mixer for this today. No need to pull out Big Mama. And then we'll give it a taste test after we've added all the other ingredients to see if we need to add more monk fruit. So let's get that mixed together for about 2 minutes until everything is creamy, comes together and forms a creamy consistency, like a fluffy consistency. Okay, so next we're going to get some cocoa powder added in. And you can measure your cocoa powder out. Depends on how much cocoa you like now. With this, it depends on how much cocoa you like. You can do a 1/2 cup, you can do a cup. I'm just eyeballing it. We got about a cup in here. And then to that, I'm going to add a couple of teaspoons of vanilla extract. And then we're going to add just a pinch of salt. Balance everything out. Okay, so we're going to get our mixer back down in here. And at this point, we'll see if we need to add any milk product. Since monk fruit sweetener doesn't do like our normal powdered sugar, I wanted to make sure before I just went adding it in. So let's go ahead and get our mixer back in and get this mixed together, and then we'll determine if we need to add any milk product to it. Needs a little bit more sweetener. I'm gonna add a little bit more in. Let's get another taste. Make sure. I think that's as sweet as we're going to be able to get it, because keep in mind this is not powdered sugar, which just comes from regular sugar. It's just pulsed down to a powder. So if you use the monk fruit, it might taste a little grainy to you. You could try to put it like in a food processor and pulse it down a little bit or whatever. But for the most part, this is spot on. So next, we're going to move on to our next diabetic friendly dessert. So our next diabetic friendly dessert will be a smoothie. So this is going to start with some oats. I know y'all like, what? But yes, some oats. So I'm going to put my oats in first. Maybe like a little 1/2 cup or something like that. Depending on how many you like in there. And I'm going to pulse this up first because I don't want I don't want big chunks of oats floating around in my smoothie. So I'm going to pulse that up first, and then we'll add the rest of our ingredients. Okay, so I have my oats all down to like a powder consistency. So the next thing I'm going to add is some frozen strawberries. You could do this with just regular fresh fruit. You don't have to freeze your fruit if you don't want, but I prefer to freeze mine. So a few strawberries. I'm going to add a few peaches. You can add whatever fruit you want to this. I have allergies to certain fruits, so I have to stay within the range of fruits that I know won't break me out. So I don't get to enjoy blueberries or raspberries, anything like that. So peaches and strawberries, and we're going to add some banana. And then I'm going to add some avocado. Now I didn't freeze this avocado. I'm not sure how well avocado would taste frozen, if it would turn out right. So I'm just going to cut up a little bit of avocado. and stick a little avocado in there. Give you a healthy fat in your smoothie. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to add is some water. You can use like almond milk or soy milk. You can use your regular milk if that's what you drink, but I'm just using water for this. So I'm going to pour a little water in here. So the last thing I'm going to add is a protein powder. This is called Love and Peas. I actually get this from Nature Sunshine. It's online. Really good. They have sugar-free as well. I think this has just a little bit of sugar, but they do have sugar-free. Very good protein powder. So no additives, no preservatives, all natural. So I'm going to add that, just a scoop, to my smoothie. Okay, and then we'll determine if we need to add any more water once this starts to mix. So I'm going to get my lid back on. Okay. Put my sexy specs on so I can see what I'm doing. And we're going to hit the smoothie button. Okay, so before I pour into my cup, let's make sure we don't need to add any sweetener in here, because I didn't add any sweetener. I don't need any sweetener. The sweetness from the fruit, and this has a little bit of sugar in it, is plenty for me. So, y'all been here before. You already know what's going to happen. We are going to get a taste of these diabetic friendly brownies and this diabetic friendly smoothie. You don't want to miss this. Y'all don't go nowhere. They look like your regular sugar brownies, don't they? I can't wait to taste them. Let's go ahead and get a bite. What? What? Oh, oh my goodness. These are amazing. Now, it's not going to taste like it would if you use regular sugar, of course, but if you're used to eating your artificial sweeteners, or if you're like me and you're used to using monk fruit sweetener, wow. That's amazing. I was nervous, y'all, because I've never used almond flour before. This is my first time using almond flour, so I didn't know how it was going to turn out, but that, my mom is going to absolutely love those. Now, let's taste this smoothie. Look how pretty she is. Ain't she beautiful? Oh, that's amazing. Let's taste this smoothie, though. Refreshing. This is delicious. This is a perfect thing to have in the morning. A great way to start your day. And if you noticed, I didn't use any sugars. I didn't even use monk fruit in here. I didn't use any sugars at all. I let the sweetness from the fruit be the sugar in this. This is delicious. You have to try these out. Try this out in the morning. This is amazing. And try this out for your afternoon and evening snack. Oh man, I can't wait for my mom to taste these. As I always tell you, EandE family, what? I promise You won't be disappointed. And that's it for today, EandE family. Like, share, comment on this video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and click the bell notification so that you can be notified when a new video is uploaded. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. The links are in the description box below. And as always, EandE family, don't forget to live a little and love a lot. Y'all be easy. Peace. Try this out, guys. Your family and friends, they're going to absolutely love this. I don't steer you wrong. Bye, y'all.